Hey guys, welcome back. Wait, hang on. How did that make you feel? That pause before I started talking. What about that? Or that? What if I cut in between every word? How are you supposed to pace a YouTube video? How do you make it feel natural? How edited is too edited? And how stripped back can things be before they start to drag? I don't know. Let's mess around. The main variable is cadence, the speed at which you deliver your text. Are you a CJ the X?
Text it to a friend instead of performing it publicly, converting my random inconsequential personal preferences into an identity and commodity to be consumed.
Or more of a Jesse Senko?
Beyond lenses, we have more technical gear that I would ever know how to meaningfully put to use. And while my extremely unscientific analysis of the used cinema market is probably full of holes, it makes me start to imagine some of these people's stories.
Because there's a pretty big difference. I'm not going to go through and count the syllables per minute because that's not the point, but cadence affects engagement. In acting, there's a concept called inner tempo. You can tell a lot about someone or something by the pace at which it exists. This phenomenon is really apparent with animals. Hummingbirds, squirrels, really quick inner tempos. Turtles and sloths, not so much. This exists with people too, obviously, and in the world of film and television, it has a lot of influence on character. Compare Richie from The Bear to the old man from No Country for Old Men, for instance.
A, I've heard you fucking play and you're fucking terrible, and C, it's a fucking restaurant. Why do I give a fuck that you play the keyboard? I'm a hard worker.
I didn't mean nothing by it.
Didn't mean nothing.
If you don't want to accept that, I don't know what else I can do for you.
Their inner lives are so different, and their cadence reveals a lot of those differences. The average YouTuber's cadence is fairly quick. Attention spans are short these days, and we don't want you to get bored. Editing is another factor. I'm purposefully leaving no space between these cuts. Because I don't want to lose you, I'm talking fairly quickly, at a pitch that is rather high and energetic. But that's not necessarily who I am. I can be high energy, of course, but sometimes this is more my vibe. No cuts here. It's slower. I had to rehearse so I'd remember all my lines, and I'm sure I'm testing the patience of my editing self. There is nothing I hate more as an editor than watching and listening to myself breathe. But what about you? Are you waiting for the cut? Is this stressing you out? Is it boring? Is it relaxing? I haven't watched it back yet. I don't know. This is the biggest disconnect for me as a trained stage actor. Naturalism, to one extent or another, is core to acting on stage. There are no cuts on stage. Eyes are on you as soon as you walk on, and eyes won't leave you until you exit. But this is also acting, right? This is fake. I staged this. I set up this camera and I wrote these words in advance to achieve what you're seeing. So what differentiates this kind of acting from the acting that I do on stage? Well, firstly, this is my production and these are my words. Sure, I wrote them in advance, but I'm writing as myself. You're watching a journal entry play out in real time. It's not a story with a narrative. But you knew that, obviously. This is a YouTube video. I am speaking to you as me. I think it's an intriguing idea blending stage acting and YouTube acting. Monologues are tough. It takes patience for me to rehearse and deliver them, and it takes patience for you to watch them. I don't know if it's better or worse, but it definitely feels less staged and more real. So let's linger here in this single long take, this little monologue. I don't have any big deep takeaways as it pertains to pacing. This series is just a way for me to experiment with different ways to create. Some of them work, some of them don't, but that's all right. I haven't even decided if this series is going to stay public once the month is over, but regardless, it was fun treating some sections of this video like monologues. Sweet Lou actually had a monologue of his own prepared, but he still doesn't want to talk to you. And with that, thanks for watching. Special thanks to those that support me on Patreon. I'll see you tomorrow.